Hey guys, how you doing? My name's Reject, and right now let's talk about this. So, Pokemon was announced about 7 o'clock this morning where I live from Nintendo Direct. Hey Storm, that's Storm over there. About the two new games coming out for Pokemon, and I believe they're both coming out from the Switch. I'm not fully sure yet, but it hadn't really said what it was being released for. Well, first off, let me introduce myself. I'm Reject, that's Storm. Hey, nope, you're not talking. If you want to be on camera. This is a Geek Out. We do this every Tuesday. It's basically geek news, reviews, our thoughts on stuff, certain things like that. This is sort of a thoughts on and a geek news video that we do. We just take everything from in the week, and if we find anything interesting to geek out about, we will do it. So let's start this. All right. So Pokemon Tournament was announced. It's going to boost up the roster to 20. Well, Pokemon Tournament XD, I think it is. It was going to boost up the tournament to the characters to 20 characters you can fight as, along with adding some more side guys to there. Legendaries, you're going to get the X and Y legendaries. You can get certain things like that. You can actually getting a couple new starters in there. Greninja is going to be one. We're keeping Lucario. I didn't see Gengar. Oh no, Gengar was in there. Charizard's going to be there. Of course, you're going to have Pikachu. Who's not going to love Pikachu? I just don't like the voice. And they're just going to boost up the roster some more, which I actually thought would be a great thing. Pokemon Tournament was good, yet the roster wasn't that great. They didn't have that many people for there. And with the Pokemon game being announced, you know the Switch is going to skyrocket in sales now because people love Pokemon. They're going to buy it. No matter how many Legend of Zeldas you have, no matter how many Mario Karts you have, no matter how many Mario Odysseys you have, people are going to sort of stick towards having their Wii U's around here because still you can play Legend of Zelda Breath of the Wild on your Wii U. Mario Kart 8 Deluxe is basically a reskinning and a few features added to Mario Kart 8. And Mario's Odyssey, we don't know yet. So we'll find out about that one. So Pokemon Tournament's a good idea for boosting this one. And yes, it is coming from the Switch. In the whole commercial thing they ran, it showed him using the Switch to play it, and I don't think it has enough processing power to run with the 3DS. Next one is this Pokemon Sun and Moon. And here's the interesting thing was about it Ultra Sun and Moon. While watching it, I realized the graphics are a little bit better, it seemed, on there, and Nintendo's not really known for doing like a Ubisoft where, like, okay, Photoshop, tweak this up, tweak that up, look how lifelike it looks, and there you go, there's our game. Then you get a real game and it's just half of what they promised or nothing at all. Which I thought was interesting for this one because Sun and Moon was already pretty great graphics for what we had on the 3DS, and it trumped X and Y in my opinion on the graphic style. What's my theory on this? I think Pokemon's going to try announcing this. Nintendo's going to announce that Sun and Moon Ultra is going to come out on the Switch and the 3DS, hopefully leading more people who have the 3DS to come over to the Switch. Why is that? Simply enough, I've talked to so many people online on the Nintendo Reddit, all those guys out there, and I said, hey, who here's going to drop their 3DS to play their Switch? And sure enough, guess what they all said? I'm not doing that. I'm keeping my 3DS, I'm still going to play it, and I'll wait a while for the Switch to drop in price, to drop in this. And simply enough, yeah, that's an interesting thing. People are hooked to the 3DS. In the US, that is. Japan, no. Japan, they're hooked to the PSP, but I've heard they're going more towards the Switch now, which I think is pretty great for Nintendo. And if you didn't know this, yes, the PSP and PS Vita are still alive. They're just more towards the home market for Sony in Japan instead of having them in the US. Because the US, we didn't really want it. It didn't look that great to us, but we're used to have. We'd rather have the PS3 or the PS4 and all that. Different thing in Japan. They want to travel more, and for some reason they wanted to keep the PSP and PS Vita. Me, I like the 3DS. That's the one thing. If it was Nintendo and portable, oh my god, I got it. Alright, so what else is there to say? Um, oh yes. So I actually believe that they're going to announce this later on, saying, okay, Ultramoon and Ultra Sun are going towards a Switch also, instead of just the 3DS or the new 3DS or whatever DS you have, well, whatever 3DS you have. Hi, Storm. And they're just going to announce it that way. Why do I think that? Simply enough, it would be a good branching point. I remember going out there and actually getting a Wii U because they announced you can have Super Smash Bros. For 3DS, or you can have your Super Smash Bros. For your Wii U. I'm like, I will get it for my 3DS, and I'll go get a one for my Wii U because I played Smash Bros. On 3DS because that's what I had. I loved the game. I saw they had extra features on the Wii U side, and simply enough, it showed on there. It was amazing to actually buy the Wii U and get that. All right. So what's another big thing I'm thinking of here? Oh yeah. Also, looking at it, it seems like the 3DS graphics, because when we saw it, the kids in the commercial were playing on DS's, 3DS's, seemed a little bit more higher resolution in there than it would normally. And why would I say that supports it? Because simply enough, if you're going to have a product that goes from Switch to 3DS, either way you're going to sell the same thing. You want to sell the unit. So you're not going to take the one on the 3DS over here and keep it the same while you take the one on a Switch and you raise it up so great that that's the only way to buy it. Because you're going to lose money on the ones you manufactured for the 3DS. Nintendo knows this, so they're going to level it out. They're going to make it even and, well, a little bit better on one side, the Switch side, because that's the newer guy. They want to advertise that more, but not so much that it's a different game playing from each one. It's going to be the same game, same style, same everything instead of what you normally see. I actually believe the next Pokemon game that would come out after Sun and Moon is going to be completely for the Switch and 3DS no more, or even if they come out with a new portable console, but I don't know why, because they already have the Switch. You always just upgrade the Switch to say Switch 2 or whatever you want out of it. And yeah, so guys, also there was an interesting scene in there that we saw. The Legendaries for Sun and Moon had some type of black armor on them. I don't know if they're going to be taken control or if it's going to be sort of a Mega Evolution or an Ultra form. Come on. Come on. Do it, Nintendo. We know you want to. Sorry about that. Come on. You know you want to. Yeah, but having something like that in the game would be amazing to see. A few things I do hope they add, though, is a better ability to track side quests, because if you didn't know this in Sun and Moon, you can run up to certain NPCs and they want to find a Pokemon or item and you could give it to them and they'd give you a reward for that. And not just like, oh, well, here's an EXP share, here's a, no, whatever this is, here's a master key. I mean, something like that would be more interesting seeing the game to track it more. It was interesting to play the side quests, which I was really looking forward to when I found out about them. I was running around every town. Need me to find something? Need me to find something? Sure enough, didn't want you to find anything. A lot of them didn't. But they can ramp that up in some way to track it. That would be amazing to see. So, guys, I guess I'll wrap up this video now. The Nintendo Direct thing should be up on the screen about an hour and a few seconds. My name is Reject. Make sure to subscribe. Click my little icon, which should be right about somewhere around this area. The Nintendo Direct thing should be around by the turtles. And yeah, that'll be it. So, guys, see you later. Keep calm and geek on, everyone.